Good morning, everyone. Today's reading is How do I open my gifts and how do I do it safely? I get this question a lot, so I heard to ask the question in one of these readings and see what comes for you guys. So the question is a bunch of things, so we're just going to say, how do I open my gifts? Because it's really, how do I open my gifts more? How do I open my gifts initially? How do I open my gifts safely? How do I open to the light but not the dark? All those questions that you guys have. So they want to address those questions today. So I'm going to open the energy and let you pick your deck, and then we're going to go from there. All right, if you haven't picked a deck or a pile yet, please pause the video and do so. But I'm going to get started here with my first deck. So you picked the Archangel deck. So it's an Archangel that's going to answer your question, but we're not going to reveal them immediately. First thing we're going to do is use the blue deck and see what they have to say. So what does this Archangel have to say to you about opening your gifts? Okay, look at that. That's a beautiful card. How do you open your gifts? Okay. Okay. Oh, wow. Look at that. Okay. That is very cool. Very cool. All right. So what they're saying here is to open your gifts, open yourself to receiving the blessings and the divine plan that you co-created with them. Okay, this is the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune means they want to send you blessings, and they're working with you on a divine plan to be set in motion to give you this beautiful, beautiful life here. This is arrival on an emotional and spiritual level. So arrival on a spiritual level. So yes, this is confirmation that they are here to help you open your gifts. There is a divine plan set in motion. They are giving you blessings to help you open your gift, to help you reach this arrival. Okay, so this arrival, I say it's an arrival because the 10 is the moment where you come to a completion and a beginning at the same time. So you have a completion of the old and a beginning of the new. It's a transformation, and it's an arrival. So it's like, I've arrived. So this is a spiritual arrival that they're trying to help you achieve, okay, of opening your gifts that'll give you a lovely life, beautiful, beautiful life full of joy and happiness and love and spirituality. So yes, they are working on that with you. So that's an affirmation of that, okay? They are working on that life with you and opening your gifts. Now this is really cool too. This is all hearts. This is all cups. This is all emotional, spiritual level stuff. Okay, so definitely answering this question. The 4 is fear of past mistakes. The 4 of hearts indicates some fear of past mistakes, and the 5 is learning from your past mistakes and moving forward from them. So they are definitely saying that that you have learned from your past mistakes, okay, and you can move forward from them. So there's no reason to be fearful of making the same mistakes that you've made in the past because you've learned. This is being fearful of making past mistakes. This is, I've learned from my past mistakes and I can move forward from them. And the 4 and the 5, well, 4 is allowing the path. The 5 is being on the path. Okay, so this is definitely a progression of opening your gifts, right? You have to allow the path, so let go of that fear. And then you're on the path when you let go of that fear and recognize that you've learned from your mistakes and you can move forward from them. And then that combines for the 9, which is the completion and fulfillment that you need to get to before you can get to the 10, right? Which is the arrival. So this is very cool. Very, very cool. So what this this Archangel wants you to know is that you have learned from your past mistakes. So there is no reason to fear that you will make the same mistakes you've made in the past when opening your gifts, when opening yourself up to these blessings and to this divine plan that is in place, has been set in motion by you and the spirit world, and in your pursuit of this arrival, this spiritual and emotional arrival, okay? So they want you to know that. So now we're going to find out who it is that is guiding you, helping you, answering this question for you. Let's see who it is. Okay, Well, there's two. So let's see. Is it both of them? This one came out first. So let's see. Is it this one? Okay, that was just a byproduct of this one trying to come out. Okay, it's definitely this one. Oh, and look at that. Okay, very cool. Shekinah, number 39. So 3 is big picture, unity, joy. Okay, 9 is completion, fulfillment, like I mentioned. They combine to make a 12, which is new beginnings in a partnership with your spirit world, I believe, which combine for a 3, which is big picture, unity, and joy again. Okay, so they are really trying to help you. And look at this. Look at this imagery. Can you see? So Shekinah, I'm going to find out what Shekinah's message is for you in just a second here. I'm going to start with what's in the book, and then we're going to see what else is relayed to me. Not from the book, but okay, so Shekinah is the Divine Mother, okay? So that makes sense because this is about receiving, okay? Receiving this plan, receiving this, these blessings, and receiving the messages and opening yourself to receiving. So this is the Divine Mother, okay? The actual word in Hebrew means presence of God, glory of God. She is also known as the dwelling of God or the settling of God. And she represents the epitome of the universal, matriarchal, unconditional love. So whatever you call it, some of you may not call this God, you might call it, just divine source, whatever you want to call it. A woman that I worked with in Vancouver was given this definition of God, which I thought was quite beautiful, gathering our divinity. So she actually wrote a book called Gathering Our Divinity. You can look for it on Amazon, or I think it's on Amazon. Anyways, very good book. Yeah, gathering our divinity is how I see God, right? It's the source, it's the collective consciousness, it's the universal life force, whatever you want to call it. Don't let words scare you off from your spirituality, okay? So she represents the epitome of universal matriarchal love, the Divine Mother, okay? So yeah, if the Divine Masculine is represented by expansion, the Divine Feminine energy is that of drawing in, coming together and bringing the one. She represents the all in one and the one in all, okay? So that's what I'm saying. The Divine Female, the Divine Mother, is the receiver, right? And that's what you're opening yourself up to be. So it makes sense that she is here to help you with that and guide you with that. And so she's saying, awaken my daughters, now you are free. Awaken my daughters, now you can speak. Awaken my daughters, now you shall see. Awaken my daughters, now you can be. As mighty, as powerful, as magnificent as me, the Shekinah lives within you. Okay, that's very beautiful. And it's very geared toward females. So if you're a male watching this, it doesn't matter. It's the feminine side. It's the receiving side, okay, that she's speaking to and calling to wake up. So she is definitely an archangel who helps with waking up to your gifts and opening your gifts up and speaking of your gifts. That's so important. So many people's throat chakras are blocked. I was just talking about this last night to someone. And, so many people, this person was talking about her own gifts, and she kept apologizing before she spoke and saying, and kept qualifying it, saying, people might think I'm crazy, or, don't judge me, or etc. And I was like, holy, your throat chakra you're being choked, right? As I was watching her, she was choking herself. She was apologizing. She's been conditioned to do that. So this is what I'm going to read this one more time. Awaken, my daughters. Now you are free. Awaken, my daughters. Now you can speak. Awaken, my daughters. Now you shall see. Awaken, my daughters. Now you can be. As mighty, as powerful, as magnificent as me. That's the Divine Mother speaking, okay? The Shekinah lives within you, and that's the Divine Mother. It lives within you. She lives within you. That's the Divine Receiver, okay? So this is what's been choked off. I mean, we've even said it in society. It's better to give than receive. That's been taught to us for a very long time now. So the Divine Feminine has been choked off, right? Has been silenced, has been, bounded. So I'm saying, for a very long time. So it's not surprising that a lot of you are asking, how do I open these gifts and how do I open them safely? Because, in the past it hasn't always been safe to open, and the receiving, the divine receiving has been negated for so long. We've been so focused on the divine father and the divine masculine and the giving energy, and God as a provider and a giver, and we haven't recognized the receiving side, the feminine side of it all. So that's what this is about, and that's why the divine mother, the Shekinah, has come to help you with this. Okay, so, and that's why you can't be afraid of the mistakes you've made in the past. You've learned from the past and you're moving on from the past. I believe this is referring to the world, okay? To the entire world, not just you. Okay, so we're afraid of the mistakes that have been made in the past around the receiving, the divine receiving, okay? But we have learned from those mistakes and we're moving forward from them. So now is the time, we're allowing the path of the divine receiver now. We're on the path of the divine receiver now, and we're coming to completion of that being, of the fear that was surrounded around that. And we can come to this arrival, okay? That's what I'm hearing. And then I hear her guidance is, place a deep acceptance for wherever you are in your life. Hold zero judgment and rest in the safety of 0 point neutrality. So this is unconditional love she's speaking about, okay? Unconditional love. This is about having unconditional love for yourself and for all. But it starts with you, right? So the Divine Mother is all about the unconditional love, the zero judgment of yourself. Like she said, allow yourself to be where you are right now. You don't have to be any further along or any more open than you are right now. Just every moment of every day, be grateful for where you are in your journey, and allow yourself to be where you are in your journey and appreciate it and show gratitude for it. And then it'll grow from there. It'll evolve from there. So the main takeaways here, don't fear the past. The past is over, okay? We've learned from the past and we're moving on from it, all right? And receive yourself where you are today, okay? Receive yourself fully where you are today. Receive yourself unconditionally without judgment, okay? And receive your gifts that you have today, okay? That you have in this moment without judgment. Don't make yourself less than because you're not like someone else. Your gifts are yours. They're unique and they're yours, and they are being given to you by the divine spirit world, okay? They're part of this plan that's been set in motion, and they are for you to come to this place of arrival emotionally and spiritually. So just be grateful and don't judge yourself. Love yourself unconditionally and receive yourself unconditionally, okay? And receive your gifts unconditionally without judgment, okay? Where you're at is where you're at, and that's where you need to be according to this plan. So just trust that you are exactly where you need to be in your journey. The gifts that are open are what you need at this exact moment in your journey, and they will come as you allow and receive where you're at unconditionally. Allow and receive the gifts that you have unconditionally right now, and as you do that, more will open and this plan will unfold, okay? That's what I'm hearing. That's what I have for my pile number ones. What a beautiful reading. You go have a great day. I just have to mention, sorry, before I let you go, that the Queen, for those of you who stayed to the end here, the Queen of Cups and the Empress card was what was sitting here upright over here to the side, and I noticed when I went to put the cards away. So yeah, this is very much the Empress. Queen of Cups is the mother, the divine mother energy, so it's very, very strong for you guys, okay? Call that energy in. Okay, you guys now go have a great day. All right, bye-bye. Okay, my pile number twos. Okay, yeah, we're not going to reveal who's speaking yet. we're going to start with my pile number 2s. Is it the blue cards or the gold cards? I'm actually not sure. Okay, gold cards. Are we going to use the blue cards for pile number 2? No, okay. So yeah, I was going to reach for the blue cards, but then I heard gold cards, so I needed to confirm that. Okay, so pile number 2. How do you open your gifts and how do you do it safely? All right. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful reading here. Wow. Okay, so for you to open your gift, you have to you really need to focus on yourself. Loving yourself, okay? Fulfilling yourself, self-fulfillment, nourishment. That's how it's coming. Self-fulfillment, self-nourishment, self-love, what is the self? There's another word coming. It's more than fulfillment. Interesting. More than fulfillment. It's bigger than fulfillment. It's more encompassing than fulfillment. Love. Yes, it's love, but it's something more than, well, it's not more than love, but it's a word that it's gonna help you understand. So they're trying to get this word across to me. Self-realization. That's the word. Self-realization is what you need to focus on. So realizing who you are and who you're becoming and who you truly are, self-realizing, and then making that real in this world. This is how I'm hearing this now. So they're sending you opportunities to become self-fulfilled and self-realized. Okay, to love yourself, but you got to love yourself unconditionally. You got to focus on nourishing yourself, loving yourself unconditionally, and being yourself. Okay, and taking care of yourself first. Okay, it's not selfish. It's not selfish to do that. Okay, to try to pursue self-fulfillment and self-realization and self-actualization. It's not selfish to do that, and that's where you've got to start so that you can open your gifts. Okay. And what they're telling me here is that when you do this, when you start focusing wholly and completely on yourself, okay? And don't worry, because look at this card. What it indicates is when you're self-fulfilled, your cup starts to overflow and you do help others because you're a very helping person. This is what I'm hearing. You're a very, and so you've been self-sacrificing is what I'm hearing through a lot of your life, but they want you to shift that and no longer be self-sacrificing and be fully and completely focused on yourself and filling your cup, right? And when your cup is full, it starts to overflow for others. So don't worry about that. Do not worry about taking care of others. Do not worry about having to live your life for others. Your life is for you, okay? So they want you to be very focused on that, and 100% they say. So some of you might be at 95%, some of you might be at 99.99%. They want you to be at 100%. That's what I'm hearing here, okay? And when you make that shift and you are at 100%, loving yourself fully, completely, unconditionally, and taking responsibility for yourself and only yourself in this world, that's when this shift occurs, and it's going to change everything rapidly. This is a swift transformation, a swift movement forward, okay? And that's when your gifts are going to be wide open in this physical world, okay? This is arrival in the physical world, and you'll be able to manifest and create everything your heart's desires, okay? So this is when you will open your gifts completely and have this arrival, because the 10 is an arrival, right? You've heard me say that before if you've watched these videos before, but this is the arrival on the physical world. So, and opening all of your gifts, that's what this card indicates. So let's see who's speaking to you. And they're going to give us some more insight just by knowing who it is that's speaking to you. What advice they have for you. Oh, look at that. Of course it is. It's the angel of love. So this is about loving yourself unconditionally, okay? And this is, look, 4 is allowing the path. 9 is fulfillment, self-fulfillment, completion and fulfillment. So when you allow the path of fulfillment and completion, that's when it combines for 13, which is new beginnings, and 3 is big picture, unity, joy, right? And they combine 13 for 4, which is allowing the path. So that's when you allow the path. You allow the path when you love yourself unconditionally, fully, completely, with no hesitations, no, no 0.01% holding out, okay? You're completely and totally focused on bringing yourself to a place of self-actualization and self-realization, and no one else in this world. You're responsible for you and only you, okay, is what I'm hearing. So I'm just looking at her energy. Yeah, so she says, you might be looking for love outside of yourself, okay? And that's okay, right? That you're longing for that connection with someone else, and that physical connection, and that's okay, and that will come, okay? But she says, remember that your first intention for tenderness must be directed inward, and the compassion that you demonstrate toward yourself will influence the energetic potential of these events in a significant way, okay? The angel of love is smiling on you and forging connections in the energetic realm. So she understands that you're looking for a deeper, more intimate connection with someone already in your life or someone new. And you're looking for this connection and this love, and that's what you're trying to open, right? It might be to the spirit world that you're looking for this. It might be to a physical person that you're looking for this. But she is reminding you that the first intention for tenderness must be directed, and connection must be directed inward, okay? And the compassion that you demonstrate toward yourself, when you start loving yourself 100%, will influence the energetic potential of these new connections that you can create, okay? And so she's smiling on you and forging connections in the energetic realm. So if you want to open your gifts, you have to focus on yourself first, okay? Love yourself first. Yes, love, the spirit world is wonderful and beautiful, and the divine is wonderful and beautiful, and deserves all kinds of love, but so do you, because you are that as well, okay? So there's an affirmation here that says, I love and value myself without limitation or condition. Tender, loving treatment comes to me in wonderful and unexpected ways. So that's what she wants you to say, to affirm. I love and value myself without limitation or condition, okay? And connection will come to me in wonderful and unexpected ways. But for you, my pile number 2, it all starts with the self-love, okay? So that's how you open your gifts, and you open your gifts safely. When you're loving yourself, you can love all. There will be no fear of yourself or of all. There will be no judgment of yourself or of all. So nothing can, when you love yourself 100%, unconditionally, without judgment, without fear of any part of yourself, you will live that way in the world, and you will be shining such a bright light that nothing will be able to dim that. And so you will be protected by your own love and your own light, okay, which is the universal love and light, all right? And you will have access to the universal wisdom and joy, okay, that you're looking for, and all your gifts will be open, and you'll be able to create this beautiful life that you're looking for. That's what I have for you, all right? I hope that resonated, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. And and look, I have to say, because I looked at this, what was on the bottom, because that happened with the before. And so not only did you have the 10 of Pentacles, look at that, I just have to go here. Not only did you have the 10 of Pentacles, you have the 10 of Cups, which is the arrival on the emotional, spiritual level. So this is true. So this is in the physical world, right? You'll be able to manifest everything. You'll have your gifts open and be able to manifest everything that you wanted in the physical world. And this card tells us that you'll have an arrival on the emotional, spiritual level. And that's what leads to this, right? And this is a divine plan that's been set in motion. And this indicates blessings coming your way from the divine realms. So look at that 10-10. And this is like arrival, new beginnings. This is, you can have it all. That's what this says, okay? But you have to start with this. And I see this Master card over here now. And I see this, oh, wow. Okay, I see these cards over here as well. So, look, oh my gosh. So, yeah, these two cards. So, you need to master loving yourself. And this is the 88, which is abundance, which is what we see here in these two cards as well, right? So, yeah, you need to master loving yourself, or you don't need to, but that's a choice you have. Master loving yourself, and it's gonna, open this divine feminine, okay? This receiving energy, this unconditional loving, receiving divine energy, and bring you abundance again on the physical and on the emotional. So look at that, right? It's unbelievable, actually, these cards that are just drawing my attention and showing up. And then we have this 8 here, right? We have 888. You can't ask for a better number. This is unbelievable, so yeah, but it starts with this, okay? And it brings this, okay? These are amazing cards. All right, I hope you go have a beautiful day now, knowing what you know now. So love yourself unconditionally. Your work is to break free of any conditions or judgments you have of yourself, okay? That's your work, to open everything up for yourself, okay? You go have a great day now. Bye-bye. All right, now my pile number 3s. Before we see who's speaking to you, we are going to hear what they have to say. This is how we're doing it today. Oh, my candle went out. I'm just going to put a new one in there. Sorry about that. I just noticed it. Sometimes, there we go. Because I don't blow them out until I leave them lit. Sometimes they blow out, they run out in the middle of a reading, but it's not a big deal. But we're going to relight it. Now I need to know which cards want to speak for this last pile here. Which card? Which deck is it? Which deck are we going to use? Not the blue ones, okay? Is it? Yeah, it is the gold ones. Okay, so we're going to use the gold deck, and they're going to tell us whatever it is they want to tell us about how you open your gifts. Oh, look at that. Okay. I know there's going to be 3 cards. Well, that's what I think anyway. We'll see. Are there 3 cards like there were for the last groups? Oh, here, yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. Very, very cool. Yeah, and I know why we use the gold cards now. All right, so they are sending you opportunities, okay? Worldly opportunities, like physical opportunities to, this is often financial or business opportunities. So they're sending you these new opportunities to connect with people and to connect with the world, to open yourself up to the world, okay? So the world is your oyster, and it is opening itself up to you with all of these opportunities, and they're asking that you open yourself up to the world, okay? So they're acknowledging that, yes, you've had a rough past. Perhaps you've had some, when you've opened yourself up to people in the past, or to the world in the past, to business opportunities, or to financial opportunities, or to collaboration with other people, because this is definitely about opening yourself up to the world, because your world is wanting to open up to you. You may have had some negative experiences, But that's behind you. You've put that behind you. You're moving forward. You're moving toward the sun, toward the light, okay? Toward this beautiful sun. And, you know, forget about the past. It's in the past. That's what this card is saying. The past is in the past. You're moving forward. You're going forward. You've taken what you've learned from the past, and you're moving forward. You don't, the rest you can leave. You know, you have this one bag of what's valuable from the past and what you've learned. It's coming with you. Everything that's valuable and that you've learned is coming with you into the future toward this beautiful light, the sun. And so don't worry. Don't worry about the past, okay, and what you've experienced in the past, because they're trying to send you these opportunities, these business opportunities. They're trying to open you up to, the world is opening up to you, and they're asking you to open yourself up to the world, because this card here is all about collaboration with others. And this is big picture unity, okay, joy, and it's in the physical world. Okay, and that's what they want to bring you. They want you to collaborate with others, to learn from others, to teach others, you know, to be a part of a larger community. And that's going to bring you a lot of success. This card indicates success, worldly success through that. Okay, so this is how you open your gifts, by working with others. Okay, either teaching or being a student, but being both. I hear, you know, you're a lifetime of being both, and working with others. So they want to open the world up to you, but you need to open yourself up to the world, okay, and be open to collaborating with others. And they understand that you've had some maybe not great experiences in the past, and they want to recognize that, but they're telling you, don't worry about that. That's not following you into the future, okay? Now, who is it that's speaking to you? We need to know. At this point, this is where we need to know who's speaking to you. Okay, it's not this card. It is this card, okay? And are there any other cards? Not that one, not that one, not that one, and not that one. Okay, so it is the one card. And who's speaking to you? Oh, the female energy. Okay, so this feminine energy. So this could be a past loved one who's a mother or a grandmother, or any kind of female who's a mother figure to you. But this is about mother energy, okay? Mother energy. So if you have a past loved one who's a mother figure or a grandmother figure in your life, that's who's speaking to you right now. But all of these readings, I will say, the other two groups, it was mothers. It was mother energy. It was the divine feminine. So this is, again, the divine feminine, which doesn't surprise me, because the divine feminine is the receiver, right? And you're asking, how do you open up to receive, you know, receive your gifts and in a safe way. And that's what the message is, coming in different ways for different groups, but it's the same message. And it's about opening up to your the receiver you are, okay? I just want to see what this says, if there's anything in the book that's going to trigger me for anything. So you are embracing a feminine energy and welcoming it into your life. Yes, you are. The divine, opening your gifts is opening the intuition, is opening the receiving, right? It's opening that receiving side. So you are, if you're even asking this question, how do I open my gifts? You're embracing a feminine energy and welcoming it into your life. It's time to release the worries. Remember, I said that here. And allow the nurturing, motherly ways to help you through life. The pathway will be open for you. See, it's right here, right? Going toward the sun, and it's not lost on me. That's why I said the gold cards. This isn't in the blue deck. It's the moon, right? So you're going toward the receiving, but here you're going toward the what's the sun that's giving. Okay, so so it's similar. The cards are similar, but right here you're going towards this giving energy, so that, and you're receiving. You're open to receiving it now. So the pathway will be open for you to follow your heart, but know that as you take the lead, you will be supported up all the way. Okay, so yeah, so the pathway is open for you now. They're opening the pathways for you to follow your heart, right? But know that you're going to be supported. Okay, so you don't need to worry about these problems you had in the past. They're not going to repeat themselves. You've learned from them. You've experienced what you needed to experience, and you've learned from them. And you have all that learning here with you, right? All that was valuable, all that was learned is with you. And so you have the tools. You're wiser is what I'm hearing. You're wiser. this time around. And this could be referring to past lifetimes, not just this past, right? Not just your past in this lifetime, especially if you're very young, it could be past lifetimes, but you're wiser and you're ready, okay, to open yourself up to the world and receive what it has to give you. And that is going to happen through collaborating with others. But know that you're guided, you're protected, you're supported. This divine mother energy is with you and opening up within you. And this is what the whole message has been throughout this reading, is that loving yourself unconditionally, okay, which is what the divine female represents. Loving yourself unconditionally, okay, forgiving anything that may have happened in the past, loving yourself unconditionally, and then therefore being able to love and forgive others and love all unconditionally. And that way you can unite, this is unity, remember, with others to see the big picture, understand the big picture, and have this success in this joy and success in this material world, in this physical world. So yeah, this is important. You need to what's the word I'm looking for? Be willing to move forward without conditions. All right? Be willing to move forward without conditions. That's what I'm hearing. Without judgment of yourself or others. Okay? So, and that's this unconditional love energy that the divine female represents, right? And so be open to these opportunities that they're providing for you to open yourself up to the world as the world is opening up to you, okay? You're supported, you're loved, you're protected, you're guided, you're heading toward the light. There's no darkness in this. You're headed toward the light, okay? So you're safe in doing so, okay? You're supported and protected in doing so. You can work with others, and you're supported and protected. It's all light, okay? And it's big picture and unity and success and joy, okay, that you're moving toward. So you need to trust. That's what I'm hearing. You need to trust. And they're reminding me of something that was said in the, I think the first reading, but and accept where you are, right? You are where you are for a reason. And when you see the big picture, you'll understand. When you look at the big picture, you can see it anytime if you choose to look. So when you look at the big picture, you will understand that where you are is exactly where you're meant to be, okay? Do not judge it. Do not place conditions on it. Your gifts that are open today are what are open and what are meant to be open today. And new gifts will open as you receive the gifts that are being given to you today. Okay, so receive the gifts that are being given to you at this time. Do not judge them. Do not see them as less than. Do not, not appreciate them. Okay, so have gratitude for them, because when we have gratitude, we appreciate something. And the word appreciate also means to grow, right? So the more you have gratitude for the gifts that you have at this point in time, and the more you're willing to receive the gifts that they're offering you at this point in time, and you're grateful for them and you appreciate them, then you can move on to the next gifts and it'll grow from there. So you need to appreciate your gifts. To appreciate your gifts, you need to receive the gifts that you're being offered in this moment. Do not make them less than. Do not judge them. Do not think that they're not. When you compare yourself to other people, oh, this is what's happened in the past that you're concerned about. When you're around other people, you start comparing yourself, and comparison is the thief of joy, okay? And comparison is something that makes us feel less than a lot of the times. So they're saying, do not do that, okay? Do not judge yourself. Do not judge your gifts. Do not judge others. Do not compare yourself. Love yourself unconditionally, without judgment, like a mother would, okay? That's how you open your gifts. And you appreciate and value the gifts that you have today and everything that you are today. And when you appreciate and value and receive all the gifts that you have today and everything that you are today, the next steps will be revealed and the next gifts will be given, okay? So there's a progression, okay, that you need to accept and allow, all right? An unfolding, an opening, that's what I hear. And the opportunities will come all along the way. It's like steps. I'm seeing steps. So that's what I have for you, my pile number 3. I hope that resonates. I hope that makes sense. And you can listen to any of these. I think they're coming from different guides, the message, but the message is very similar. So if it's not clear, go listen to one. Pick your second choice and go listen to that. Okay. You go have a great day now. Bye-bye.